A jobless couple are demanding their benefits back after blowing the £50,000 they won on the lottery in just 8 months. Now, the couple, who have 2 small children, they face eviction from their flat after their funds ran out, but they've been refused aid. So, what do you all think? Do you think they should be allowed to go back on benefits?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you are their next-door neighbour and you're getting up at 6:30 every morning to go out to your job, pay your bills, take personal responsibility for your life, you know, assuming you are obviously able-bodied and able to do so, and you've got a couple of neighbours who won 50 grand, splashed it all without thinking about anything at all for the future, and then suddenly they're going, OK, we've spent all that now, here's our handout again, we want you to get up at 6:30 in the morning and pay for our benefits. No way. No way. Get a job. They've both been through the education system for 12 years. Do they seriously not know that if you spend all your money, at the end of it, you're not going to be able to look after yourself or your family? Surely. It's like saying, I've eaten 10 donuts, I've put on some weight.
In their defence, they're a young couple, they've got 2 children, they're on the breadline, all of a sudden they're in a council house that everyone's paying for them. He's a scaffolder, finding it hard to get work. She's staying at home with the children. They were living in this place, they won £50,000. Imagine the excitement of them getting that £50,000.
Yeah.
So they then get chucked out of their house, they had to rent somewhere, so that's eating up some of the money that they had to buy furniture for the house. They've got to look after the 2 children. So obviously they've gone a bit mad and spent too much money, but you can't make them homeless with 2 children.
I'm not saying that they should be made homeless, but I don't think that they should just be allowed to go back onto benefits. I think that you should, you know, there must be some sort of course or something, or somebody that it's this perpetual cycle of the world owes me a living. We don't owe them a living. And, you know, even in the picture, she's wearing a dressing gown. Take your dressing gown off, get out there and get a job in a shop.
Well, Jane,
she's got 2 young children.
Her husband, while he's not doing the scaffolding, he can look after
we've
the
never
children.
been on the breadline. We don't know what it's like to be given £50,000
I do come from a family that used to be on the breadline, and my mother got up every day. She had 2 jobs to pay her bills. She didn't expect...
Jobs were easier to get in those days.
Listen, the benefit system was set up for people who are unable to help themselves, either through disability or whatever, not because they've just said, well,
Jane,
I don't want to get up and get a job.
They have said in the papers that apparently they are struggling to get work. They would like to have work, but obviously, you know, they are a young family.
Yeah.
It isn't maybe quite as simple
OK,
as
well, they
it
live
seems.
on Guernsey, I think.
Yeah,
so if there's anybody watching from Guernsey who has a business with a job, maybe a shop assistant or whatever, do get in touch with us and we'll pass on the details so that one of them can go and work for a living.
Do you know why I'm finding it hard? I'm finding it hard to speak because I'm sitting here thinking I can't really cast this stone because I was terrible with money all my life. I was just that idiotic part of my brain where I would get it and I would spend it.
Yeah.
So a bit like Linda, I can understand that you do. You suddenly get an enormous amount of money like that and you think it's going to last forever. Yes, it definitely what they've done is stupid.
They themselves say that. They say we have been silly.
And so what are we actually going to do about those 2 children that had nothing to do with that whole cycle of behaviour? And if they are really struggling, are we going to say, no, you can't have any housing benefit, and who's going to suffer the most is actually your 2 children, because they've got to go on the street?
I don't think I would
that's fair.
never advocate anybody with children being made homeless, ever. What I am saying is let's not just put them back onto the benefits and leave the status quo again. Somebody from the social services, whatever, needs to go in and have a conversation with them and say, right, OK, you spent badly with this money that you had. Let's make sure this doesn't happen again. Let's help you get a job. Let's help you write CVs. You know,
that's
and also as well, sorry Nadia, but when you win
break
something like the lottery, you know, and obviously there's a huge lottery that's out there at the moment that you know, that people are scrabbling to buy tickets for today. And when you win the lottery, you get these images of, you know, flash cars and all the things that you could buy with it. It's very rare that you think, well, what I'll do is I'll put that to one side and save, and then
My first ever
I'll go on a
job I
course
else
ever
or use
got
it
as
that
a
way.
young person was a really well-paid job. It was for an advert. And the amount of money that I got in my head was going to last forever. And, you know, within 6 months, I'd spent
gone.
it. And with the year after, I was practically bankrupt. So I know how easy it is to get overexcited.
to get overexcited.
And, you know, and that's why I find it difficult to judge.
But that's fine being overexcited, but when at the end of that you then expect everybody else who's sensible in life with their money to pay for you.
But that's the country
That's
we are.
that's the issue.
That's what we do in this
But that's not
country.
the country we should be. The benefit system is there for those unable.
Yeah, but they've only gone back to what they were
before.
before they got the
But
win.
they're both
When they were
able-bodied
both-
young
Okay,
people.